viewers, I am Nato, and in today's video I'll be teaching you how to import your own sound in Scratch and also how to edit the other sounds that come with Scratch, the inbuilt sounds in Scratch. So I'll be teaching you how to import your own sound and also how to edit the other sounds, and if you also want to edit your own sound, you can do that. But before we get into importing your own sound, let me do a rundown on all the motion, looks and sounds code. So like I said in my last video, if you haven't watched it, I explained both the motion and looks tab. Like I said, the motion blocks are the blocks used for movement, anything movement, while looks is used for appearance. Anything in looks is for appearance, that changes how your character looks. Then sound, it is for audio or sound. It is used for anything playing music or anything that consists of sound. That is sound for you. So let me give you an example of each. So motion, if they say if you want to make a car moving game in Scratch, you mostly use a lot of motion code because it is for movement, and a car moving, it is technically movement. While in looks, if you want to make your character to say hello or make your character to change color, that is looks. For example, now if I say I want to make this cat here to say hello, is the looks I will use to make it say that, because it's changing the appearance. Or if I want to change the color, it's looks I'll use. If I want to change the costume, it's still looks I'll use. And looks doesn't just affect the character, it can also affect the backdrop. For example, you see this code, switch backdrop and next backdrop, those ones are for backdrop. And then we now have the sound tab, which is the one I haven't explained before. Like I said, it is used for audio, anything concerning audio, anything concerning sound, like it's in the name. For example, if you want to make this a drum to play a sound, it is usually used in sound or audio, whatever you want to call it. So now let me explain each individual code one by one. So first, motion, we have the move 10 steps. Like I said, an example, moving a car, a moving car is used for motion. Like let's say I want to make this sprite, for example, now this cat to move 10 steps, I just use it because it's self-explanatory, it's also in the name, and it moves 10 steps. What of turn 15 degrees? These two turn 15 degrees, they are also technically motion because they are moving the sprite. It makes it to turn 15 degrees to different sides, as you can see. And the way to know the exact direction to your sprite is facing is with this direction tab here. It is used for you to know the direction. Either you can use this toggle wheel to change the direction, or you can type it manually at 90. It's exactly 90 degrees now. So then this code I've been waiting for is go to random position. Let me just remove that. We have go to random position now. This go to random position is very self-explanatory. Like for example, this sprite now, it can go to any random position of his choice. But that isn't the entire code, because if you can see, there's actually a drop down menu, an arrow. So if you click on it, it shows there's mouse pointer. So if I click on it, it goes to the direction of the mouse pointer. My mouse pointer was pointing here, so it followed it. Go to mouse pointer, as you can see. But let's say I picked another sprite, like this apple for example. Now let me pick the apple sprite. If I come back to this code, the drop down menu will also add apple, because it will also add the sprite you're looking for. So now the cat goes to the apple. It now looks like the cat is eating the apple. Now that is actually a very interesting game you can make. You can just make this apple to hide, and that is in the looks tab. Then we have the go to X and 82 and go to Y 28. That is exactly our coordinates, 82 and Y is 28. Like I said, this is how you see the X and Y. What is the X and Y axis? Most people ask. I've already explained this multiple times. The X and Y axis, the axis is for horizontal or left and right, while Y axis is vertical or up and down. It is very simple logic you can use for the both of them. So for example, this go to X82. Let me change the X axis of this real quick. Now see, the x-axis is currently minus 129 while the y is 0. So now let's try clicking on it. You just go to that specific x-axis while this glide 1 second to, let me bring these two codes out. Let's compare between these two now. For example, if the two go to x, 82 and 28, see the x is different now. So if you click on it, it goes to those exact coordinates we put. You can see it there. But if you put glide 1 second to those same coordinates, it glides. It looks like it's moving, not just teleporting. It looks like it is actually moving. So this one is more like a realistic version of that go to x code. So now let's delete it. That go to x code will be very useful for, like, if you're starting a game, you're making a game and the spawn area, it is where it's supposed to be. You click on that, so it goes to that same coordinate of the spawn location. So now we have this glide 1 second to random position. It's like the go to random position. This is like the same thing that happens with the glide 1 seconds and go to x. Glide 1 seconds to x and go to x. So if you click on glide 1 second to random position, it just glides around to any random position it sees. But as you can see, there's a drop down menu. It goes to mouse pointer and apple. Let's go to apple real quick. So now it glides to the apple, right? Oh, sorry. It glides to the apple. Very, very simple code, if you understand it. Then point in direction 90. That is the next code. Like I said, this is the direction tab. Let me change the direction real quick. Now I've changed it to minus 90 degrees. If I click on it, it changes the direction back to 90. That one is just to change the direction to 90. Then point towards mouse pointer. This one is to just make your sprite to point towards your mouse pointer. It's very self-explanatory. Like you can see, it is somehow facing it, but I don't know why they have to make it do like this, but that is how the Scratch is coded, I guess. Then there's a drop down menu, and the other thing you can go to is apple. Point to apple. Let's try it out. Oh, sorry, not good. It points towards the apple exactly. That's actually very, very simple. Very, very. Let me say the truth. It's very, very simple. Then point towards. Oh, sorry, wrong code. Change x by 10. Set x to minus 90. I've explained this before. It is called. This one is to add it to your x-axis. Like you can see, the x-axis is minus 90. Let's add 10 to it. This is just like saying let's add 10 to your x-axis. This is just the Scratch is thinking let's just add 10 to this thing. It's down in this form of language. Let's check it out. It adds, but since this is negative, that's why it's going minus. But let's make it in positive numbers. Now you can see it's going higher by 10 every time. You can do the math, but it's correct. Then set x to minus 90. It just sets the x. Now you can see this one is 100. If you click on it, it sets x to that minus 90. It doesn't like move by 10 till it reaches there. No, it just sets it to the specific number. We have change y and set y. I explained this as well. This is the same concept with these two codes here. So let me drag and delete them, and let's explain these two codes. So the change y by 10 is used to add 10 to your y-axis. As you can see, the y-axis so far is 37. Let's add 10 to it. 47, 57, 67. Then what of set y to 37? This one just sets the y to a specific number. Right now it's 67. So let's set it back to 37. As you can see, it is now on 37. So now what's the next code? If on edge bounce. A very, very simple code. It just makes, let me put the sprite on the edge real quick. It just makes it to bounce out, but it will not work on this form of game. It is mostly used in ping pong game. It is used in the ping pong game. Then set rotation style left right. This is just how the sprite rotates. This time it's rotating left right. You can change to don't rotate or all round, whichever one is suitable to you. Then you have x, y, and this direction. Like I said, this thing that they're displaying on the screen is just these numbers, but in more scientific one, like exact coordinates. This ones are just the mini formula just to show you the main number, but this one are showing you the exact pinpoint location. Like, let me move the sprite. Normally you just see minus 64, but this is the full exact version, and the exact with the 8. The 8 is 8 there. This one doesn't have full. And you can tap on it just to make it zoom in. Then have the set direction. The direction right now is just 99. If I change it to 90, it changes to 90 here, and it just exact puts 90 because it's exactly 90 on the dots. So now let me remove that. Mostly all this checkbox code, they display it on your screen. The exact thing that shows on this place, they display it on your screen in the full other versions. So now the next tab is the looks tab. Let's go to it. The first code you see is say hello for 2 seconds. If you click on it, it makes this sprite to say hello for 2 seconds, then it goes away. While this one is just to say hello, it will just say hello for how long it wants. This one doesn't have to be so legit, so like a specific time that to make it. This one just keeps on saying it when it feels like stopping. I'm not going to do that again. Let's just X that real quick. So now the next code is think for 2 seconds, and this one is think We already know what's the one that don't have seconds, so they just say it for whenever they want to stop. And say hello. You can see the only difference with these two, if you can spot it, is that when it's saying hello, it just says hello with a pointy part. If you say look at his dots, like you're thinking or something. So that is the only differentiation. You can still use the say hello for 2 seconds and make it say for how many seconds as you want, and it also works. Now switch costume to costume 2. This one, the only way to know the costume is to go to the costumes tab. You have to select the sprites, then go to costumes tab. This sprite only has 2 costumes, costume 1 and costume 2. Costume 2 makes it look like it's running, while costume 1 is just the basic one you see. You can take off the costume. You can also edit the costume here if you'd like. If you ever want to edit it, you can always edit it here. So this one will just switch the costume to the next costume. This one is at costume 2. If I change it back to costume 1, it changes automatically. The next costume, instead of giving it a specific number, it just changes to the next closest costume. Now see, it looks like the sprite is actually running. If I click on it multiple times, it looks like the sprite is running. See, it looks like the sprite is running. Then we have switch backdrop to backdrop 1. This same code works the same as those 2 switch costume. Switch backdrop to backdrop 1. Right now backdrop 1 doesn't have anything. Let me add a new backdrop. Now it says backdrop 2. If I click on it, it says baseball 2. But it's right here. Let's change it back to backdrop 1. It changes to backdrop 1. While next backdrop, it just keeps on going to the next backdrop you have. Then we have change size by 10 and set size to 100%. Let's first change size price by 10. Oh, this is very simple too. Change size by 10. Look at the size right now is 100. If I add 10 to it, it goes up by 110, 140, 150. Very soon it's going to be giant. But put set size to 100%, it just sets it to 100. Very, very simple logic. The same way these 2 codes work, and the same way these 2 codes work. So the same logic, just different ways of usage. Then we have change color effects by 25. This is just to change the color. They put it by 25 because by 25 changes the color exactly. But if you want to change it, you can. But this is very, very simple for you to use, just to change the color. And it's not only colors, it has a drop down menu. You can change it to whatever you want. Let's try fish eye. Okay, that's the fish eye, I guess. Let's put the color back. Then let's clear. Now let's use set color effects to 0. This one is only 0. Let's add a new number and see if it's what happens. Effects to 12. It just comes like these codes, they have a specific number. Number 12 is this one. Number 13 is also going to be a different one. Just watch. Number 13 is also a new color. Okay, it is the same thing with 12. Change color effect by 35 is the best one because it changes it exactly. There's no way you have to start figuring it out because they already put it for you. Simple enough. So then, let's say you mistakenly do this and you want to clear everything with one click of a button. That's where clear graphic effects comes in. Click on it and it clears everything. It takes it back to the normal default sprite. So now we have show and hide. This is very simple. If you click on it, your sprite will show. If you click on it, your sprite will hide and then it will show. But most of the time, the codes, the show and hide are sometimes lagging a bit. Sometimes they don't work. But the fastest way to do it is come here and click on it. The I/, it will make it invisible, while this one is to make it show. Now you have go to front there, go forward. I will explain this in a future video. But then, what of this costume number, backdrop number, size? Like I said, the costume number, if you come here to costume, the costume number is 2. You can see it here. And then it shows 2 on the screen. Backdrop number is 2. It shows 2 on the screen. Sprite size, the sprite size is 100. It is 100 here as well. So the ticks just display what is on the screen. Simple enough. So now the new tab we haven't explained, the sounds tab. So this sound code now are way different from the motion and looks tab. You can see compared to how many codes the motion has and looks have, this is looking small. But it's because there's not that much code you need for sounds. So for example, let's play sound meow until done. Then we can now change the sound, but it will not allow us to change the sound because you haven't set a sound yet. So you have to set that quickly. Start sound and play sound meow until done. It is the same thing. This one should just say for a few seconds. Let's say the sound is long. This one will play it until the end of it. While stop all sound. Let's say so many sounds are playing, you can just stop all sounds. Then change pitch effect by 25. And let's try it now. If you click on it again, see the pitch has now been changed a bit. If you notice it. It is more screech now. Then set pitch effects to 100. It just changes back to normal. Then we now have clear sound effects in case you don't want that sound card to be sound like that. It will now sound like it's normal again. So we have the remaining 3 codes. Change volume by -10%. If you click on it, the volume of this thing goes down lower. Let me select the buttons then. It goes down. You can see that in the sound tab. We will soon be going to the sound tab. Set volume to 100% and then volume. It now displays what the volume is. Let me reduce the volume real quick and see. It now sounds very, very low. So now some of these codes here you can see, like this play and start sound, change pitch effect by 10 and set pitch effect. All these codes here, you will not be able to see the main editing feature of them. So that's where we now go to the sound tab. Then we can now see the pitch. Where is it? Like here, just like the way this minus volume stuff, this one can make it louder like this, or softer, faster, or slower. Reverse it as well. It now goes from the back, robot. It now sounds like a robot is saying it. Fade out, fade in. Then it now comes out loud and mute, so you don't hear the sound again. The mute sound doesn't make it louder anymore. Something about the mute is off on scratch. It doesn't make it work anymore. So now you can see, if you come back here, that was how we actually edit our own sound. If you guys are wondering, that's how to edit your own sound. Then we can now come back here All these codes, they are displayed on the screen right now. So play sound here until done. Let's search for a new sound real quick. So if you click on it and click on search, choose a sound. Let's pick. All these sounds are the ones Scratch gives you for free. Let me find a loud sound. Something like this. Then if I now come back to the code and click on it, now there's a now drop down arrow menu. It shows sax as well. Now, the moment you guys have all been waiting for, how to upload your own sound or import your own sound in Scratch. So first, let's go back to the sounds tab. Then you click here, then go up. Surprise just gives you a random sound, but that's not what you are looking for. So you go up to the topmost layer, which is upload sound. You click on it. That now displays where you can now upload your own personal sound. I don't have any sounds right now, but if you have your own sound, it will show you where you can get it, and then that is how you can upload your own sound in Scratch. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.